Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining in on the podcast. I'm Eddie. With me today, we got my buddy Ghost.
You know what it is.
Yeah. Welcome to Breaking the Seal, episode 8. Very excited about this episode and very excited about this beer. We got Southern Star Brewing Company that we're going to be trying out of Houston. So we're keeping it Texas here with our brews. Yeah, man, I'm excited to try this little strawberry blonde. That's what it's called. I like strawberry blondes in real life, and now I like them in beers also. So let's check it out. Yeah. Ooh, y'all hear that pour? Y'all hear that pour?
You know, realistically, blondes, they usually have that citrus
Boom.
kind of kick to it. But now with this Southern Star strawberry blonde, I mean, that citrus, it really isn't there. That's what I was kind of like, what is it? What's so different? Like, blondes are so, I guess I love blondes. I definitely love Blue Moon too. Definitely. Cheers, for example. But yeah, so I feel like the citrus obviously isn't there. But it's not bad. It's pretty good. Definitely the same, I guess, lightness of a blonde in a way, but just with this slight little hint of strawberry, and you don't really get that citrusy taste that much.
Oh man, yeah, no, definitely. I like that it's smooth. It's very refreshing, and then you also just get that fruit little sour taste.
It's like a summer beer, I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. I was excited when I saw the packaging too, and it just looks awesome. The strawberries and just a little white packaging. How they keep it simple. They keep the logo as well of the blonde bombshell.
And so yeah, this is from Conroe,
Texas. Right, it's right next to, like, a little close to Houston, and yeah, man, I'm very excited about this.
And again, it's all about the Texas beer, puro loco. I mean, this isn't local, but local in the sense of Texas local. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. No, definitely. Yeah, I was just looking forward to just trying this beer. But this episode 2, I'm really excited to have Debbie on. She is from CyberSonicSteel. She helps out a lot of artists, get started and get themselves promoted. One of the ways that she's doing that too is this little event that she's putting up, the After Dark Festival that's coming up. It's going to be at the Spot in Harlingen. But it was really cool just, learning about her and seeing what her passion is, and, just the way that she's, helping out these artists get out there, especially during the pandemic. So it was pretty cool, man.
Yeah. No, for sure. Respect her 100%. She got nothing but love for the Valley. She knows that, there's a lot of, talent down here, and she just wants to help, the Valley, especially the artists down here, kind of blow up a little bit more too. Because, I mean, like we've been saying since the outset, I mean, there's a lot of talent down here, guys, and it's about time. The RGV is about to blow up,
Definitely,
it's blowing up. It's gonna blow up, yo. And no, going back to the festival, After Darks Festival, it's gonna be happening the 26th, 27th of March. There at the Spot in Harlingen. And this is, I think, one of the first events for her this year. I'm sure she's going to have several events. She was even talking about having, some possible festivals, camping festivals too.
Yeah, man. I love that camping thing, man. That camping aspect, especially. And, it's just something you can just unwind and chill. And that's one thing, I like about it. I'm really excited to see what she's got to offer too. We're going to be, one thing that we're going to be doing is, heading over there and checking it out too. So it'll be fun to, fun little experience, especially. I know a lot of the artists are excited to get out there finally and perform, especially under, the way that they're keeping everything all safe and the guidelines are taken.
Yeah. No, 2020 was, I don't want to say a wash, but in regards to live music, it was. So 2021, I think it's looking kind of good. And, there's this festival coming up. And I think, Debbie's going to be the fire starter for some other festivals. So look forward to that. And hell yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. And, I really want to give my, appreciation to everybody again. This week we're on Distortion Radio again. This is our second episode there. Really appreciate, Hollow for helping out and getting us out there. So if you're on Distortion, make sure you head on your way to Breaking the Seal on Spotify, Breaking the Seal on YouTube, and like us there and subscribe. That way you can catch up to the episodes that we've already broadcasted and things like that. So we're live on Wednesdays on Distortion at 3.
At 4.
At 4. I'm sorry. We're live on Distortion at 4. So pretty cool stuff. Really, really appreciate how, like, I can't say it enough. And it's cool, man.
DistortionTX.com, guys. Yeah. And not only, of course, will you find us, but you'll find a lot of local artists, 24/7 radio, guys. So take a look at it, tune in, I'm sure there's some great stuff on there. And yeah, no, for sure. So, but let's. What'd you feel about that WandaVision episode?
Oh man,
That
no, a lot
finale.
of crazy action, and Marvel again, man. They kind of just steering us all over the place, all over, man, and it
Nothing
was
but
pretty cool. I like the actually, I actually like after like taking a step back, and I kind of was brought it upon myself, to all the excitement and things like that. But at the end, it was pretty cool just seeing the story of Wanda, turn
yeah.
into the Scarlet or why she's the Scarlet Witch. It never really was something they mentioned, and it was a cool little origin story for her, and
Hmm.
also Rambeau. Like I thought it was pretty cool that to see her get her powers and see little clips from the comics, that you see them recreate in the film. So it's pretty cool. I mean, in the series.
No, yeah, and I guess hindsight. Initially, after the finale, I was like, man, fuck, man,
Hmm.
what the fuck, you know? But then after hindsight, I'm like, you know what? Again, it was an origin story. It was, super confusing at points, but I think that goes to point, Wanda in the sense that her character is very, very kind of all
Hmm.
over the place. She's not a very stable, I guess, character, and I guess
Right.
WandaVision really did,
Yeah, like she was
show
trying to
that.
find herself out. Like she doesn't even know who she is or
And
where she is in the Avenger,
yeah,
and like as an Avenger,
yeah, and I
and that's
think
some,
she even mentioned she's gonna be a villain, or she doesn't
yeah,
know if she's even like a villain or even a
or
hero
why she's doing
anymore.
it. So it's pretty cool seeing her story, and I'm looking forward to all the other content. Like there's gonna be a lot more. We're gonna be seeing Falcon and the Winter Soldier this week, so
Yeah,
I'm
on
excited about that.
Friday, guys. So
And then
that
even
should be
not even
good.
like not only just Marvel content, DC content, got some HBO Max premieres
Oh
that are coming
yeah,
up. We got some Justice League, the Snyder cut. So hopefully, I don't fall asleep in the first hour. Maybe
maybe
hour three, I'll
three
fall
and a half.
asleep. Like, damn, 4 hours, dude. Come on,
I know. Yeah, it
four
is
hours,
4 hours.
man.
That's crazy. Definitely
And
maybe.
I'm over here. We're over here talking about WandaVision. Like that's like 7 hours almost.
No, but I guess that's what.
But I guess they did it right,
It's per episode too, and I guess I don't think. I guess maybe I wouldn't recommend watching the whole DC movie, Justice League, straight through. Maybe break it
Yeah.
up like an hour and a half or an hour. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. What I'm gonna do, an hour and then an hour and then an hour or something.
But I don't get as excited like about DC movies as I do with Marvel. It's just a weird thing.
No, 100%. I mean,
Mhm.
again, I think we had that conversation
Yeah.
right in one of our previous episodes. Just DC is just, and then going back to Batman, but I didn't want to go there. The whole, I don't know how many Batmans are on board now.
Oh yeah, they just finished filming that one too.
I ain't gonna
So
watch it.
yeah, no
I'm not
man,
gonna watch it. But
no
no.
man,
I mean, I'm kind of excited though for the Snyder cut
no
because
man.
Snyder is a fucking badass director. I mean, honestly, Justice League, the original one, wasn't terrible. But I did hear when it did get released that there was a lot of shit cut out. So
Mhm.
with this new Snyder cut, all that stuff that was supposed to be in the movie is going to be there. So I think if it gets a good viewing, a good
Mhm.
approval, who knows? Maybe Snyder will come back, and maybe some of these characters come back because honestly, they're not terrible characters. That cast isn't terrible.
Mhm.
But I think I don't know why they're starting to drop, a few of these characters. Like, nah, stick
And
with it,
like
stick with it, stick with
recast and
it.
things
Yeah,
like that.
like yeah. I don't know. That's that, and I think that's what you mean, man. DC's dropping the ball in
Nah,
that
I'm
sense,
just I'm
man.
just glad that there's stuff out there. I was already getting tired of all this like royal drama bullshit. Like I was like, yo, man, who gives a fuck? Like, I
Hey,
don't know why people are so obsessed with these people from like UK. Like they have nothing to do with your life. Like I don't
hey, we
know
said we said
why
we
it
were gonna get
matters.
political, man.
But it's not. It's we're getting royal.
We're getting royal. Nah, man. I mean, you know,
It's just weird. No, it's just a weird thing that people are so obsessed with UK. That's not even our government. Like,
no,
but
I
that's
mean,
that's the thing that kind of got me. I was just like, yo, like
but
who
honestly, did you even watch the interview? Like, I
I
didn't. You did? You watched it,
I didn't see
bro?
it all, but I saw the clips that enough where I'm just like, yo, like the things
You
that were
watched it, bro.
the
You
things that
watched the whole
people were.
thing, bro. It's
All
okay.
right, bro. You know what? I popped open a bottle of wine. I had a cigar. Like, nah, it's fucking around, man. Nah, definitely. It was just like out of all the clips that I saw, it was pretty weird. Just seeing like Oprah. Oh my god, like it was just like fake. It was fake. I
Fake
mean, it was
drama.
like fake, but I mean, of course, it's no news. Of course you're gonna know that like a family like that, of course there's gonna be some sort of, tie to race, it's gotta be something like that. But it's
Yeah.
unfortunate, that people are getting obsessed with all this, and there's other things to worry about in this world than I don't even know what she is. I don't even know who this girl is. Like
Who, Megan?
yeah, it's like the first time I heard of her. And they said she came out in some show called like
Suits.
Suits. And
Honestly, that's a badass show.
Mhm.
Suits is a really good show, but I think that's the only, I guess, show she really blew up on.
And then now she's gonna be running, like the Democrats want her to be on the
What?
political party. I was like,
No,
what?
bro.
I was like, yo, it's a crazy thing. I don't know. It's like it's just crazy how people are obsessed with. I guess it's just like the fascination with being a king or queen.
But the thing is, like, they're not even, I mean, technically they don't have any political power, but if anything, it's just more,
Yeah.
I don't even know, maybe just like social influence, I would say, if anything.
Like they don't even have to do anything, man. I felt like if I were a king or a queen, I would get into so much trouble. I don't know, man.
Well, I don't know, man, because
but you wouldn't get into trouble technically by the law. Like you'd be,
yeah, you're kind of exempt
you're
in
like
a way.
You're like,
but think about it, bro. I'm sure they raised
there's like
you.
a country, I think, where like the kings and queens, I think it's like Denmark, they can do whatever the fuck they want and they won't get in trouble. Like they can they can crash their car, like
Where are
DUI.
your sources? Where are your
shit.
sources? But there probably is some shit like that.
No, I promise, dude. Like they can break all the rules. Like that's the thing about being in the royal family. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, no. But you know what? This is, I'm sure we could talk about this for a minute. And honestly, I have
man, I'm just glad that like I'm saying, there's just a different content out there. There's gonna be some more stuff. I know Kong versus Godzilla, and then fuck, man, I know this past week. I didn't really watch the Grammys, but yeah, people were talking about that.
What's up with the weekend? We're talking, not that we're talking
Mhm.
anything about it. I mean, we're just kind of criticizing a little bit his Super Bowl performance, but
yeah.
No, I mean, how does this guy not even get nominated, dude?
Man.
That's fucked up.
It's
dude.
been really weird, and the Grammys, I haven't even taken the Grammys seriously since fucking Macklemore beat Kendrick Lamar a few years ago for Good Kid, Mad City, I think, or one of those.
Was it best album? He won best album. What?
Macklemore won best album, and I remember even being like, "What? Why is he winning this over Kendrick
Lamar?" I don't even know one song.
I think let me look it up real quick. It was Kendrick Lamar, Macklemore, but he even texted Kendrick Lamar, or he texted somebody, and then he tweeted it. He tweeted the text. That's how like weird it was. It was like, what? Grammy, and then I think it was like Macklemore won. But it was weird, man. The Grammys, I just haven't been taken. Yeah, look, it says Macklemore texts Kendrick Lamar after Grammys. You got robbed. So I was like, what? Like, and he tweeted that text. Like, instead of just saying like, maybe like an apology on Twitter, or not apology, just saying it on Twitter, he's posted about it. I thought it was pretty weird.
No, well, like he's like kind of, I guess, in a way, in that sense, promoting himself too. Like, look, I mean, I'm humble, I know I shouldn't have won, so let me just show everybody how I feel. I mean, again, that's kind of in a way social media.
It's kind of like you don't need to let people know.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean.
He kind of used it as like, well, I have a platform right now, let me fucking use it, and that's what happens sometimes.
Or maybe he was trying to be like, look, guys, I agree with you. I agree with you guys that I don't deserve it. But even at that, like. Dude, that kind of that loses credibility, especially in hip hop. You're kind of like clowning yourself if you think
in a way, yeah. If in that sense, you should just taken it and run.
You should just say like you should send the text and not say anything about it,
or not even say anything about it. Because honestly, I mean, where has he been?
And just be like The Weeknd and be like, well, fuck the Grammys. You know what I mean? You could be like that, and I think that's where I started losing respect for the Grammys. I mean, I never really had respect for it to begin with. I always thought it was just a glorified MTV Awards, to be honest. And then now that you see, a lot of these songs become real mainstream, like that you grew up with, now the people that you've seen on the MTV Awards, now like Beyonce, for example, like I don't think she won a Grammy at all.
Oh, yes, right.
And then she fucking broke the records. Like, shit, man. I didn't even know that. I thought she had won a Grammy, to be honest.
See, that's kind of bullshit, right? Like, what the fuck?
And then Billie Eilish, she ended up winning best album, I believe. Best album over, I didn't even know Megan Thee Stallion Like, to be honest, her stuff, I don't.
I mean, I know a few tracks
I know
that she has.
there's some cool stuff,
She
like,
does have some decent
but
tracks.
then
I mean,
again, also I'm
yeah,
not
I'm not
gonna,
gonna
like,
go there.
the Grammys. I don't know, man. It's kind of what it's like. I said, it's just the MTV Awards, glorified professional, like
But you know what? Hold on. Going back to was it good? Oh, no, fuck,
Good Kid, Mad City.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Fucking mixing up my words, but honestly, that album, that's probably the album of the decade, at least, right?
Last
Last decade, for
yeah.
sure.
There's an album, yeah, because even at that, I think My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was the 2009 still, like,
So
it was,
yeah.
So like the next, like, from 2011 on, like, yeah, like, if you're gonna consider that, I think
I
Good
think
Kid, Mad
so,
City,
dude.
even at that, I think it's probably tops it. Just the way that the production,
The production, and then just like his lyrics and what he's kind of talking about, and the way he's able just to, yeah, the
to
music.
make you understand. It's kind of like, yeah, man, it's kind of like, just the way of his mindset and the way it is growing up in Compton. It kind of gave you that little.
He really did capture.
And when I think of Kendrick Lamar, I think of like Quentin Tarantino. Like, for some reason, the way he can paint the picture, like, he just paints the picture for you. The
It's so
setting of the
vividly,
album,
and not only that, but just like lyrically, musically, production wise, it
I
always
can't wait
comes
till he
out
drops
solid.
something, man. And when he dropped something this year, and he was supposed to drop it last year, but
Was
of
he?
course, yeah, like,
Now I'm getting excited, bro.
he got caught filming some stuff.
Oh
Yeah, and then he got
yeah.
caught buying. He bought a couple of the URLs or something like that. Like, people were looking into stuff and shit like that. But I think pretty soon, I think probably in the next few months, hopefully in the summer. I mean,
Shit. Now,
yeah,
fuck
man.
yeah, dude.
But definitely, I mean, that's one thing we love. I love artists. I love music, and so does Debbie. And I'm glad that we could have her on and just talk about what makes her want to just continue to make these events and then spotlight the artist and then her experience in the record label that she's at right now. So pretty cool stuff. If you need anything from her as far as like getting yourself out there as an artist, she'll definitely help you out too. And we go over a little bit of that. But yeah, without further ado, our friend Debbie Martinez from CyberSonicSteel,
AKA the fire starter.
the fire starter, and then also we're gonna be talking about the After Dark festival. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, appreciate you all. Don't forget, I can't say it enough. Subscribe to YouTube. Press the like button. Smash that like button. Also on our Spotify and wherever you can find podcasts. We are starting to be on iHeartRadio now. Pandora, I'm uploading there too. So just make sure you follow us wherever you can find your podcasts. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. Give us some love on Instagram, and then follow us on Twitter too. But appreciate everybody's support, and we're pretty excited for the next few weeks. But yeah, let's talk to Debbie now. Hey there, everybody. How's it going? I'm here with Debbie Martinez from CyberSonicSteel. We're going to be talking about the After Hours Festival that's coming up in a couple weeks. Yeah, so let's let everybody know a little bit about yourself and what made you want to start events.
Well, first, I want to thank you for having me here on the program. I do appreciate you inviting me for this interview.
Yeah,
And,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, I'm Debbie. I'm from the Rio Grande Valley, Eckhout specifically. The After Dark Festival is kind of a little something I put together in a request from the record label I work for, Misanthropic Records. And they're originally out of Kentucky, but they serve the globe. So they have bands from all over. And usually I'm there to help like coordinate them and manage some events.
Badass.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So tell us more about this record studio. We said what is it called? Philanthropic Records?
Misanthropic Records.
Misanthropic Records. Oh, like I thought it was like more like a philosophical type of thing. So yeah,
it sounds like it. Though.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, no, definitely. So they're out of Kentucky. So how did they get into Texas?
Well, pretty much, we were just they were pretty much looking for more people to join the team since they are more of a global label. I had my roommate actually get a record label offer from them, and she was very interested. She kind of mentioned it to me, and I applied. I told them about my backgrounds in event coordinating and digital marketing, and they pulled me in. In due time, over 2020, I kind of just ended up really helping out everybody and doing marketing, getting the band's pages together, and just pretty much doing a contract. So that was a lot of work right off the bat.
Nice.
But it was fun to really meet a lot of people and see what or how COVID affected live music all over.
Yeah, no, it really did. Unfortunately, honestly, I was supposed to go to EDC last year, but that didn't happen. So the teardrop there, and we'll see. Hopefully, maybe this year they'll have EDC. I don't know. They said May, but I don't know if they changed the date. But no, it really has fucked up live music, and I miss it. Miss going to some of those live festivals, feeling the energy. Music live. There's nothing like it.
So tell us about like your experience with events. I know you said you used to do event like coordinating things like that. So what kind of events were you helping out with, and what areas like are in the valley?
So this probably goes back, I would have to say about 2009, 2010. I got into the underground DJ scene around here. I got involved with Flashback
Nice.
Entertainment, a few of their clubs like Club Rumors, Club Bessel, what's it called? Texas Rose was one of them, just all over the valley. And I got to meet many people and network through them. And that's what really got me into event coordinating. Eventually, they asked me to help out putting together the band list and who would perform and who would go on, you know, setting up these intricate festivals. It was mostly festivals. They would always be like Friday and Saturday events.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So that's kind of like what you're doing right now with the After Dark Festival, right? Is that going to be
Yeah.
like a Friday and Saturday?
Yes, it is a 2-day event. It's going to be focusing on rock, metal, and indie bands in the valley. So I hope to really bring out those live bands. Of course, this is originally for Misanthropic Records. They do specialize in metal and rock.
There
And
you
so
go.
this is really to find out the talent and who was ready to have that offer to join a label, who was, or I like to call it radio ready.
Hmm.
Radio ready.
And when is this festival event taking place? I know it's this month, but if you give a little bit more details on that.
Yeah, so it's going to start March 26th at about 8 o'clock, 8:30. We're going to have vendors and the bands set up their merch tables there. And it's going to go on till a little bit after 1.
Oh, nice.
Sounds like
Yeah.
some good times.
And so it starts at 8:30. So I'm looking at the list right now. So like I see like the first band playing is Everbloom. So tell us a little bit more about this list. Like how did you get it? How do you know these bands and things like that?
Well, my roommate, Not Dead Yet, or Jessie Hoove, some of you may know her. She was the lead singer for Triceratop way back, I think about several years ago. It's been a while. But she pretty much introduced me to all these different friends of hers, and they were also in bands. We now play Red Dead Online together sometimes.
Red Dead, nice.
I've been really getting to know them closely, and it's cool, hearing from them and hearing their perspective and everything they went through. And then another great person that really turned me on to local talent was Mason Widowmaker, and I've always heard great
Shout
things.
out, right? That's Hollow, no? That's
That's right.
Hell yeah.
So
yeah, we're actually on Distortion as well. So like that's one thing too. So most of the artists that are gonna probably be playing are they on the radio station as well?
Yes, the majority of them are. We do have a few bands that are coming from, I believe it's Austin, and that's Excidium. We might have another one that is coming up from North Texas. That would be Ash to Dust. It's just with everything occurring with the recent uplifting of the mask mandate, everybody's been, kind of checking and double checking what needs to be done and what safety precautions they should take beforehand.
And with that said, what safety precautions are going to be taken at this event? If you don't mind just letting the listeners know a little bit.
So if anybody hasn't heard, the spot is still requiring masks to enter, of course, to walk around unless you're drinking or eating or at a table. But more or less, I am pretty much just having some of my own staff go out there, enjoy the festival as one of the attendees, but really keeping an eye on, certain people or behaviors. There has been some concerns that were brought forth to me from a band in result of an incident from another local venue where one of the attendees was drunk, ran onto stage, and started spitting on them.
Oh God,
man.
no.
So
that sucks.
that was a pretty concerning moment, and I'm definitely keeping an eye on who's coming through and what's going on.
Oh wow, you can't. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, you would think that people would already, man, they're still trying to at least have some respect for one another. That's crazy, but it's good. Like at least, are you gonna be having security things like that there as well?
Yes, it will mostly be just undercover security. I don't want anybody getting funny ideas or acting a certain way only because there's a guy with a badge and a gun there.
Yeah.
No, definitely. No, you always got to be, especially nowadays with the climate. You got to make sure you're on top of everything. So like, just tell us a little bit more about just like your experience, just like, what do you, I know you want to you got event coordinating experience, and now you want to translate that into your own events. And I know, Mason or Hollow was letting us know a little bit about, you're going to be starting to make events at your own little venue, things like that. Is that one thing that you're going to be starting to do in the future?
Yeah, so I have about 13 acres of land here in Eckouch, Texas. Originally, the record label was interested in placing down a stage, but I told them, let me utilize my local resources and see what we can do without breaking the bank. And so pretty much we're clearing up the area. We're going to wire it with new wires, get everything going. We have a stage, an outdoor area for the bands, for the performers. Mm-hmm. We've got a very large parking area. We have a camping area now that we've designated.
Oh, nice. Camping.
Yeah. So if you're into the outdoors, camping and all that, being one with nature, it's actually really great. I had a weekend camping trip from Friday till Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. I was out there and I got to feel that cold front and, cook campfire food. And it was actually really nice. It was very
campfire
nice.
food. So like, even you started the fire by yourself, or what? You had some matches, I hope.
Oh yeah, definitely. You gotta be a fire starter out there. You gotta really take action when you're with nature. You can't just hope that YouTube comes through and your fire starts in front of you.
Right. Hopefully lightning strikes there. I don't have to worry about it, No, that's awesome. That's an awesome experience. Yeah, camping, like, I feel like people, especially like just being on your phone a lot, you kind of lose touch with reality sometimes.
With nature, if anything.
Yeah, with nature, man. And sometimes you need that in your life, just a little getaway, and that's good. Like, so as far as camping, is that open now, or you think that that's going to be like something in the summertime? How does that work?
It's open now. I feel like as long as, Texas weather is being gracious to us, why not? Just go out there, enjoy yourself. I just picked up a 10 by 10 $34 tent from Walmart, and that was more than enough to fit a queen size inflatable bed, and I had a great time.
Nice. That's cool.
So then wait, your I guess area, your acreage is it open, like, to not necessarily to the public, but do they have to make reservations or something like that, or how's that?
I usually do prefer reservations only because, it's just to notify me ahead of time. I can
you don't want just people showing up and like, hey, we're going to party here. Like, I'm going to be staying here for 14 days.
I don't mind that either. It's very rare that we have a pop-up. It's been a while since we had a pop-up. And I would want to do a little, like, market there. Just have people come through, just sell their goodies, sell their band merch, and just kind of have something consistent. The camping I would like to have all year round, as long as the weather is good. No hurricane floods. I don't want us trying to camp out like that.
No.
But there is enough room for, RVs, tents, cars, car camping. It's just everything's real close, really good spacing.
And like, have you already tried like testing out little like concerts, like little things here and there with your buddies, like just artists come over, things like that?
We have small jam sessions. Our camping trip.
There we go, like a little jam session. There we go.
Yeah, our camping trip is kind of something like that. We do have power at the warehouse. We also have power at the very end, but of course it's just a really long extension cord. But you could be around the campfire and jam. But one of the biggest events I've had there was probably just there was a little political party for the city, and we allowed them to go and have a little gun range there. They were shooting those discus.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So that was really fun. It was live music. That was a really cute little get-together event there.
Yeah, no, that sounds badass. Sounds badass.
So like the way that you promote the artists, I know you're talking about like digital marketing and stuff like that. So like, tell us more about that. How do you go about, like, just say like for an artist, like let's say how do you get people started? Like, let's say they're trying to find out how to get themselves out there. Do you do that for them?
Definitely. So I think one of the number one things for digital marketing, when you really get into it, a lot of people feel that they could just set up an account on any social media platform and jump right in. But what you really want to look for is you want to have your digital home, and that's going to be your website. So without your website, it's kind of like you're just sending people back and forth through your social media. You don't really lock in anybody besides just that social media platform. But with the website, you can release more things. You could release your album work, you can release cover art, you can release special flyers, special posters, all these different content, and just works from you and friends, and really promote that without having any restrictions by any other platform.
Nice. Yeah. So what do you recommend, like, as far as like a SoundCloud, like, just, just getting overall just website? I know after that. So how do you, like, let people know more about you? Like, how do you know if you're popular or not? Like pretty much, I guess that's where I'm saying, like, I guess the SoundCloud downloads or visits to the website, or what?
It really depends what way you want to go with your social media marketing. If
Mhm.
you want to be popular, it's pretty easy to buy likes off of Facebook. It's just a simple algorithm that you feed money to, and they'll get you as many likes as you want. Whereas if you want somebody who's going to watch your content and enjoy your content, and then you're able to monetize that, well, then that's a whole different spectrum that comes with what you're putting out there, what you really want to give back in value to the people who follow you.
Mhm.
So
So
it's more of a visual thing.
so also, like, do you also help them out with, like, maybe like making a music video or something, or like things of that nature? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So
What?
CyberSonicSteel, I'm sorry to cut you off there, but
No, go
CyberSonicSteel
ahead. Yeah.
is originally they were just a small group of friends that did YouTube videos, and they would watch YouTube all day, and eventually they were just like, well, these people are just jumping into the topic. A nice little intro or about me of the video would be cool. So they started doing YouTube intros, and that's pretty much where it really started back in, I would have to say, 2010, 2011. That's when I joined CyberSonics
Mhm.
with with the whole digital marketing scene. I found that niche there, and I just fell in love with it.
Oh,
Nice,
nice.
nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So Sonic Steel. So y'all just have been just helping out businesses too. Is that, I know, something you were saying a little earlier?
Yeah, so usually what we do is like we'll have a business come through. We either give them like a quick digital audit. We'll look at their Facebook, their website, what they can do better. If their website is slow or fast, if it could be optimized a little bit better, if it's competing well with its other market. And I pretty much did that with Misanthropic Records. I gave them a digital audit, and they're just like, "Come on
Oh,
board,
cool.
you need to come here."
Oh,
So
nice. Yeah.
so there's that, and then the small digital graphics where we'll do intros, outros, we'll edit 30-minute videos. Just especially since people sometimes don't have the program or they don't have the time, it's very tedious, especially if you want certain things done right.
So if they want marketing, they contact you at Cybersonic Steel. Is that my understanding?
Yes, that's right.
Alrighty, nice,
Nice.
nice, nice. And if you don't mind, Debbie, going back to the acreage. I guess I'm a little excited about upcoming musical festivals and live music. Do you have anything planned at least for the acreage, like a festival coming up? I know you got, of course, the one in Harlingen spot, but after that, in your own land, I mean, do you have anything planned?
Yeah, well, I've been throwing back ideas with my group, my little crew that I have here that are really supporting me and helping, volunteer their time and work to come clean up and, sort this area for everybody. We were thinking maybe some sort of like campgrounds festival where we just have a series of different DJs and producers just showcase what they have and what they've been working on. And people just enjoy camping and checking out vendors. It's kind of something we've been throwing back and forth. Recently, today, actually, somebody mentioned having a car show there. They were
Mhm.
very interested in getting the car clubs involved. And me personally, I love car shows. In Michigan and in Houston, that's all I would attend. I would go to a brewery and they'd be having a car show and like a food truck festival. It'd be great. One of the best times I've had with friends.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, no, all that sounds badass, and honestly, I'm kind of excited, and I hope, y'all throw something soon, and definitely I'll try to make an appearance, and I'm sure, the listeners would be down too.
No, definitely, yeah. Especially like the car show thing. I know a lot of car shows like are real popular down here, especially. And
And I don't
there's
think
been
they,
like there's even
yeah.
like this club. It's called like women driven 956. I saw them have a club at one of my clients. Like, it was pretty cool. Like, they had a little session there at the little restaurant there. But it was pretty cool just seeing that. And no, like, just in the future, I mean, 2020 is probably like was a challenge, right? Of course. But well, how did you keep busy, and what were you doing, just to maintain, just the community? I know you were saying you're going out there and working with this record company. So how are you, like, just helping out artists through 2020?
Most of the, I would have to say most of the majority of the time it was really just me kind of like writing up contracts. The owner of Misanthropic, Eric Leviathan, he is the guitarist and singer for Misanthropic Torment, his band, and he had an experience that he told me of why he got the company started. And pretty much he was a small time band. They were getting a following. and a small record label approached them, asked for this sum of money to get them going, and pretty much dipped out. They totally disappeared. Nothing was provided, and they had no contract to really follow that up with. So they did not have the legal documents to get everything fixed up and sorted through to get any sort of money back, any funds back.
Wow.
So he started the record label to help small bands learn how to book, manage, and really get themselves out there. And, I felt I really vibed with that because when I was starting out in the Valley, I didn't have the same perspective business wise. I didn't know what was going on, who I could talk to, who I shouldn't talk to, and who was just going to really slow me down. And I felt like it was right to only help educate the community more on what they can do to protect themselves from these situations of being taken advantage of in the music industry.
Because that's the whole other thing, right? It's just music, and then you have the actual industry, dealing with contracts, dealing with, all this other stuff, right?
Oh,
I mean,
man,
it's crazy. So again, I guess going back to, if people, want, I guess, somebody to kind of
just like need that guidance, because I know, like, even I've heard like there's some rock stars, especially back in the 80s. That's why some of them have to tour again, because they're already broke. They made a wrong decision. And even at that, like, I don't know, even when it comes to like entertainment in general, like I know comedians kind of also do with that too. Like even Dave Chappelle, he had his where he had to give away Chappelle show, and he was a money hungry kid. He didn't have anything to do, and he just signed a contract and gave pretty much his rights away. And luckily he got it back. But no, there's things like that. There's situations, especially in the music industry, where these bands are, they're some of the greatest bands alive, and they're not getting paid a dime for their music. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. And hopefully, like, you could change that. Is that something that you've been like really, passionate about?
Yeah, definitely more so now that I know a lot more musicians. I myself, I've done music for a while. I was a DJ, and I toured just here in the Valley for a very short time, eventually getting into event coordinating through the anime conventions. I was still DJing and also event coordinating there, but I really started to see parts of the industry and parts of the community I didn't like, which is like, everybody was fighting, or some people like to call it competing, but it was just more of like people just disrespecting each other instead of bringing the community together to be a unit. We can't have a community if everybody's divided. We need to work together. Even if we do have some issues, we need to be civil and really build ourselves. We do have a lot of talent in this area, and I want it to be known. I want it to get out there. I want it to be global.
Exactly.
Like social media and digital marketing and brand awareness is so useful for people who are in the arts, who may not have the luxury to do live performances, or they're worried about their health, so they don't do live performances, or their family. And just getting out there, putting content out will get you in the door. There are people looking for you. There's people who will buy your music. They will buy your albums. There's platforms for it. It's just you got to have that courage to post it and not be afraid to go back. Keep going forward.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the thing too. Like a lot of people think that they're gonna be viral right away. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen that way. It just takes consistency, and just and it takes, like, even as like it takes like 3 times to convert somebody. So you got to do it in 3 different platforms, and that's the beauty of social media. You can be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok. TikTok's been helping out a lot of people lately, getting even older songs, like bringing back older songs, that people never even heard of, and they're like, like, what was that song with the guy with the cranberry juice? Oh man, it slips my mind.
Oh god.
Yeah, do you know it, Debbie? The cranberry juice guy.
It was the Fleetwood Mac song, I believe.
Yeah, there we go, Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, so things like that, like that's how powerful the internet is. Nobody's even heard of that song before, and just with a little viral little jingle, 30-second clip, it's viral again, and the downloads are crazy. So all it takes is just the consistency and just keep on putting out content. And I think you're right. Just a lot of people don't have that guidance. Like I remember I was talking to this kid. He was doing he's a TikToker, and a local TikToker, I guess you could say. And but he has like 2 million views, like, but he's over here telling me he decided to get out of the TikTok fund. And I'm like, why don't you use that money, buy a camera, just get better, and things like that. They're feeding you right now. just continue. But I don't know, it's a different generation. They kind of don't really see money like that, and they're really very artistic. They're very when it comes to that little bubble, they're kind of just different. They're unique minded. But no, definitely, like, so tell us more, like, what kind of bands have you been, like, locally have you been supporting?
Right now, I've pretty much Not Dead Yet is one of the ones I'm managing, only because they are with Misanthropic, so she is my priority. I've seen a few other bands that I'm really interested in. There's this fresh one that just got together, I believe, last year, and they're named The Other and I. I had the fortune to hear one of their unreleased tracks, and I really, really dig it. They're going to be performing there at the After Dark Festival on Saturday, I believe. So
Cool.
I am definitely going to be watching them. They have a lot of good stuff. Let me see. Excidium, they're coming out of, I believe it's Austin, Texas. So they'll be traveling. They have a pretty good following, and I believe they're also interested in working with the label. So it's been interesting going and checking out who wants to do what. Of course, everybody does have their busy lives and family to take care of. So
Right.
it's mostly me just kind of getting to know them at this point, having to see if they're ready for live performances, seeing if they're ready for interviews, and putting that forward to the record label to see what they want to do for any future events. We are opening a Texas branch that would be called Metal Cares, and that will be going as far as Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth area. So we would be looking for bands to be able to travel out for such events.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So I heard you bring up Not Dead Yet a couple of times. So tell us more about them. Like, I know you saying you're managing them. How did that happen?
I kind of just got to know the lead singer of Triceratops, I think back in the summer of 2020, or actually 2019. They were doing their last show for a birthday event. And, I was just floored by, their performance. And I got to know them a little bit. Unfortunately, that was their last show. So I only really stayed connected with the singer. And she had mentioned to me that she was interested in producing. It just so happened that I had the equipment for production. I was using my Mac Mini just to kind of hobby-wise make app for the iPhone. I wasn't really doing much with it. It had become a paperweight for me since I got my new rig.
Nice.
So I ultimately I lent that to her. I lent her my mic, my equipment, and she went off. She started producing. She made an album within the year, and she recently released it February 14th.
So you had something to do with this, basically.
Yeah. I helped her pretty much, like.
So you're the fire starter.
I like to think so. Yeah, I like to inspire. I like to be the fire starter, and I hope I can inspire more people to really get out there. I mean, just hearing her music, a few of the bands that are be performing at the After Dark Festival, I just want to hear more. I want to hear who's keeping their voices low, but they're still burning bright. Like, I want to get them out there.
No, for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. And especially, I bet you they've been itching for it. Like, especially like,
2020, the whole year, no real, I'm sure, live events. So I'm sure they're hungry. I'm sure they're itching to be out there. And Debbie, I will say, I appreciate everything you're doing for, of course, the Valley too. And we look forward to these events upcoming. Of course, the most recent one coming up is the After Dark, right?
After Dark, yes, sir. Over there at the spot
in Harlingen, right?
So tell us about the spot. I know, you're good friends with them. How did you pick that venue?
So I've gone to the spot a few years back. I was checking out another event that my friend was attending and performing at, and it didn't leave the best impression back then. But from little did I know, Not Dead Yet, Jessie Hooves, she had actually helped manage and fix up the place, and it really developed into the spot. So hearing from her and her experience there, and how it's come around a lot more with the outdoor stage and the seating, as well as the bar being updated and extended, that's been very nice to see. It's a lot more cleaner than before. There's a lot more artists who are willing to go out there and perform. Definitely a lot more comfortable spacing to talk with friends and have a drink. So I'm definitely enjoying it a lot more. I'm hoping to get it to be a regular venue where I do shows at. If not, the Egg Couch one will be. Another place I am interested in working with is the Gremlin. I do know the owners there. They're awesome people, very cool. I've loved everything they've done since they've opened, and pretty much just one step at a time as 2021 unfolds. We're going to be getting more stuff out there and more events for people to check out and, hopefully be a part of in the future.
No, that's cool. And then it's gonna be $10 to get in, right? And the link, I'll put the link in the I'll put the link in the description, but it's gonna be at Eventbrite, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So CyberSonicSteel, you can find that on Facebook, Instagram. Where else can people find you?
Just straight to the website, cybersonicssteel.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. We're very active. If you need anything, you could just message me directly. If you have any interest in working at an event or performing at an event, you can message me directly. I'm always available. If I don't get back to you immediately, I will eventually.
And as far as like the event, how can people contact you if they want to perform or, they want just more details? Do you have like a number or like anywhere people can message you?
Right now, I have my Facebook, my personal Facebook open. Of course, I do also have my page, Debbie Martinez, or South Texas Entrepreneur. I do have a group. If anybody wants to be involved in future events, they can't make this one or the ones in April. We set the South ablaze, and that is a network of the community who are interested in putting together events, musicians, radio stations, podcasters, content creators, really.
Yeah, well, just keep us posted. I mean, anything you need on our end, we'll be happy to get you on again and, talk about it in the next few months. But yeah, it's really awesome. We're looking forward to it. Hopefully we can, definitely stop by around that time. And, it's at the spot. It sounds like an interesting place. So go check it out. Definitely.
And people could, I guess, get their tickets there too, or it's solely on Eventbrite. I would think they could get tickets there too, or how's that?
Yes, it will be online as well as at the door. We will have some ticket sellers going around in person in the Lower Valley and Mid Valley. If anybody is interested for the Upper Valley, we are looking for a team up there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, nice.
Well, we look forward. Honestly, sounds awesome. And we look forward to possibly having you on in the future too, or future events, Definitely.
Well, the After Dark Festival, it's going to be March 26th and 27th. If you need any info, you just contact Debbie. She'll definitely help you out. And CyberSonicSteel2.com, right? CyberSonicSteel.com.
That's right.
Definitely. Well, appreciate it. Appreciate your time, Debbie. And thank you so much for what you're doing. If any of the artists, they have anything they want to, get out there, an album coming out, just let me know, or anything coming out, just let me know. We'll definitely see what we can do to put them on as well. But appreciate your time and thank you so much.
Thank you too. And for your time, I'll definitely let the bands know, and we'll hope that 2021 is nothing but awesomeness and blessings, man.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to it. I got some positive vibes, especially like after it being a year. So let's see what happens. And thanks for coming on.
All right. Thanks a bunch, guys.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.